Hi friends, it's Sherry from Rappahannock Area Community Service Board. Today for Storytime, I'd like to read the book called Solar System. And it's by Gregory Volt, and we're going to learn all about the solar system where the Earth is, up in the sky. We live on a planet called Earth. Earth belongs to a very large family of 8 planets and more than 150 moons. The entire family is known as the solar system. That's Earth. The sun. At night we see many stars. During the day we can only see the sun. The sun looks much larger because it is millions of times closer to us. In fact, the sun is the center of the solar system. The sun has gravity. Gravity is a force that attracts objects to one another. The sun's gravity pulls on the planets and forces them to travel around it. They follow paths called orbits. The sun's gravity keeps the solar system together. Mercury is the closest planet to the sun. The side of Mercury facing the sun gets twice as hot as a kitchen oven, 800 degrees Fahrenheit. Most of the time when you fix a cake, you only have 350, so that's pretty hot. And there's a picture of Mercury. Pretty dark, huh? Mercury is a rocky planet. There are thousands of bowl-shaped holes called craters on its surface. These craters were made from meteors smashed into Mercury. The next one that we're going to talk about is Venus. Venus is the second planet from the sun. It is nearly as large as Earth. Venus is covered with thick clouds. The sun's heat passes through those clouds and gets trapped on the surface. The trapped heat makes Venus the hottest planet. Probably why it's so red, huh? Venus is made of rock from volcanoes. Its surface is covered with lava. How do we know about Venus when we can't see its surface? Astronomers, scientists who study space use spacecrafts to learn about Venus. That's kind of what the rocks. Earth. Earth is the third planet from the sun. It is mostly carved with water. Earth is home to billions of plants and animals. There is life nearly everywhere you look. Earth is constantly changing. Winds blow across the surface, water runs across the land and wears it down. Volcanoes spew lava, and they make new land. Earth's moon. The moon is made of rocks from volcanoes. Sunlight bouncing off the surface makes it look white. In 1969, the first humans landed on the moon. These astronauts returned with moon rocks. Then astronomers studied the rocks to learn about the moon. Astronomers think the moon was created during a collision. An object the size of Mars collided with Earth. Most of the object combined with Earth to make it bigger, but a chunk flew off, and this became the moon. Mars, the fourth planet from the sun, is reddish. Its surface is covered with rust-colored rocks and dust. Mars also has very large volcanoes. The volcano Olympus Mons is 3 times larger than the Mount Everest on Earth. Mars has a thin atmosphere surrounding it, but there is not enough air for humans to breathe. If you went there, you would have to wear a spacesuit. Jupiter. Jupiter is the 5th planet from the sun. It's the largest planet and is nearly 11 times wider than Earth, and it is made of gas. Jupiter has a huge storm that swirls like a hurricane. The storm itself is twice the size of Earth. Astronomers have named it the Great Red Spot. Saturn is the sixth planet from the sun. It has thousands of narrow rings circling it. The rings are made of rocks, ice, and dust. Pretty cool looking, huh? More than 50 moons orbit Saturn. Astronomers keep discovering more. One moon, Titan, is wider than Mercury. Uranus is the seventh planet from the sun. Uranus is 4 times larger than the Earth. Chemicals in the air make the planet look blue. Uranus is a sideways planet. It spins like all the planets, but it's tilted on its side. For half of its orbit, Uranus' north pole points towards the sun. The other half, the south pole points towards the sun. Little blah, blah, blah words, huh? Neptune is the 8th planet from the sun. It is blue in color and about as large as Uranus. Neptune has storms like Jupiter, but they are a lot smaller. Neptune has several moons. The biggest is Triton. Astronomers have noticed that Triton is getting closer to Neptune. Millions of years from now, Triton could crash into Neptune. Asteroids. Thousands of asteroids orbit the sun. These rocks can be hundreds of miles across or the size of a house. Many asteroids orbit the sun between Mars and Jupiter. Comets. Far beyond Neptune are billions of chunks of ice called comets. Comets are usually a few miles wide. Sometimes a comet is bumped towards the sun. The sun's heat starts melting the ice. A long white tail of gas streaks across the millions of miles. So, our glossary says that we learned about asteroids, astronomers, astronauts, atmosphere, comets, gravity, meteors, moons, orbits, planets, the solar system, and of course, stars. I know this was a lot of information. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you get to see some of the neat things up in the sky. Have a great day. Thanks.